Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you've had an enjoyable, artsful day of engaging with each other and learning just how relevant the arts are for you as well as for the children that you work with. We're pleased today to have the opportunity to share with you about Wolf Trap Institute for Early Learning Through the Arts and the value that the arts integrations the value of the arts and arts integration starting in early childhood education as integral to preparing students for college and career readiness. Wolf Trap's approach, you've heard some of it earlier. We focus on early childhood education because we know and we realize that if you have a positive impact on a child's first learning experiences at those very early years, then you set children up for success. We focus on professional development for teachers because we know that if students are to be successful, teachers must be equipped and have effective teacher training and tools to do the work that they do. We were talking about this at lunch, how it's so incredible that teachers have the opportunity to receive all the resources that they need in order to be successful. We focus on arts integration because the arts are a natural way for children to learn. The very skills that children need for success, for problem solving, creativity, collaboration are all intrinsic in arts integrated learning. So why the arts in early childhood education? I think you all know that now. You've had a day full of it, so you understand that. Since Wolf Trap's establishment, we've known the tremendous impact that the arts, the performing arts in particular, have on children's learning. And this belief was reaffirmed by a report from the President's Committee on the Arts and Humanities, which stated the following: to succeed today and in the future, Americans' children will need to be inventive, resourceful, and imaginative. The best way to foster that creativity is through arts education. Most recently, the President's Committee released a study on their National Turnaround Arts Program. Turnaround Arts Initiative was a strategy to improve school climate and culture, deepen instruction, and increase student and parent engagement as a pathway to improve academic achievement. And in 2001 to 2014, there was a study of the Turnaround Arts Initiative. It was implemented where they implemented intensive, high-quality arts education programming and resources in 8 high-poverty, chronically underperforming schools. That's what they said that they wanted to use. Let's try the arts and see if this makes that difference for these schools. These schools were in 7 states and in the District of Columbia. The study results indicated that in turnaround arts schools, significant progress was made in student achievement in math and reading proficiency, as well as in other school improvement indicators, including increased attendance and dramatic improvements in discipline reduction. 85% of the teachers in turnaround arts schools reported integrating the arts into their classrooms in connection with non-arts subject matter content. They were integrating it all the way through their classes. 85% of those teachers. As of 2015, there are now 54 turnaround arts schools in 30 school districts across 14 states and the District of Columbia. They're understanding that this is an approach that is really working. So then, we know that the arts are powerful. We know that the arts provide active learning. We know that the arts provide various ways to address the learning styles of children, the various ways, whether they're kinesthetic learners, auditory learners, tactile learners. They know that the arts can do that. The arts can help those children who are speaking primary languages other than English to really get that head start in school, as well as children with special needs, those children who have those special needs. We know that the arts are very important in terms of teaching curricular concepts like literacy, language development, the social emotional skills, as well as science, technology, engineering, math. You heard some of that earlier about the STEM contact with the arts. Researchers have shown that integrating the arts in schools lead to improved learning conditions, greater creativity, complex thinking and abstract reasoning, and academic outcomes. Now, you've heard me talk about it, you've heard some things about it, you've experienced some of those things for yourself. Right now, we want to show you a small clip that represents a classroom in Baltimore City where our partner, Maryland Wolf Trap, with young audiences of Wolf Trap, have been doing arts in the classroom.
My son's name is Raymond Davis. He is 7. I love his smile, his personality, how active he is. Numerous things. I could probably go on and on and on. My dreams for Raymond, I would like for him to become more verbal. I feel like he has a lot he wants to say. He just doesn't know how to say it.
Raymond started as a child just sitting there, not getting any feed, any food to process. And then lo and behold, here comes Wolf Trap, and they're singing songs, they're moving, and Raymond says, I want to do that too.
I'm Sue Trainer, and I'm a Wolf Trap Master Teaching Artist, and I have been on the roster since 2003. Young Audiences has been bringing the Wolf Trap program into many early childhood classrooms, but a school where we have recently been seeing some really special kinds of success is the William S. Bear School. It's a school for children with special needs. So the teachers have been struggling to figure out how to reach Raymond, for example. He wasn't engaging with learning.
We started playing the music, and Miss Trainer was helping me, and Miss Trainer would go like this. And then I would look and go, oh my God, he's moving, you know, and all of a sudden, now you see him, that's the first thing he goes for.
The music turned out to be the thing that drew Raymond in. He played the instruments and lit up.
We actually noticed a change in how he likes to does clapping a lot and stomping and tapping on the desk. We try to add on to that and become really engaged with what he knows, even though it's not a verbal way.
So an interesting question is, how do you sing with a child who's nonverbal? How do you dance with a child who's not mobile? How do you act, take on character with a child who doesn't have access to what we call imagination? So you've got to break your art form down to create an opportunity for the children to have the experience of art.
And she pulled out all these beautiful surprises. It's like magic coming out of a bag. I was like, oh my God, I want what she has. I gotta have that. So she was pulling out all this stuff, and I said, I could do that. I could buy that. Why didn't I think of this? This is cool. This is stuff that children like.
We often find that children who struggle in typical classrooms do well in arts integrated classrooms, even stunningly well, because new modes of expression are introduced and they can find a voice that they hadn't had access to before. Well,
So that's just a little small segment. You can see that whole video on Maryland Wolf Trap's young audiences for Maryland on their website as well as ours. So what is arts integration? So to quickly define, arts integration is instruction that infuses content and skills of the arts, music, dance, drama, the visual arts, with other curricular subjects. Arts integration occurs when there is a seamless blending of the content and the skills of an art form with those of another curricular subject area. For example, math, a math concept that we all are familiar with is patterns, right? Everybody knows patterns, right? Okay. However, the idea is that that same concept is also a part of music and dance. So let's experience that for a moment, just right from your seats. I'm going to do a really small rhythmic pattern and a movement pattern, and you're going to do it with me, and we're going to experience the math, okay? So here we go. Let's start with thighs, clap, thighs, clap, thighs, clap, thighs. What do we call this? This is what? A, B, right? A, B, A, B, A, B. Now we're going to get a little bit more complex. Let's go. Thighs, clap, thighs, thighs, clap, thighs, clap, thighs, thighs, clap. Or A, B, A, B. That's the unit. A, B, A, B. Let's get a little more complex. Let's go with thighs, clap, thighs, thighs, clap, thighs, clap, thighs, thighs, hey, thighs, clap, thighs, thighs, clap, thighs, clap, thighs, thighs, hey, again, thighs, clap, thighs, thighs, clap, thighs, clap, thighs, thighs, hey, or A, B, A, B, A, B, A, C, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, C. You see it? You got it. It's simple. You've seen your children do it all the time. That intentional connection is what we're talking about, where you can engage them in these experiences that are about music and dance and active learning, and you can also understand, and they can understand, that they're understanding the concept of patterns. That's pre-algebra. You know that. And you can do this with your children at any time. Arts integration is active learning at its best. Any child, regardless of his or her background, benefits when they are fully engaged in their learning. Arts integration promotes exploration, experimentation, active engagement, and joy. So you heard from my colleague Jennifer earlier, and she noted previously that the Wolf Trap's goal is to positively impact children's skill development and also to enhance teacher instructional practice with effective teaching strategies that are developmentally appropriate and aligned with and support early childhood education curricula standards. We know, and you know, that by empowering teachers with these new strategies, with techniques in the performing arts in particular, that's our place, that support the curriculum goals for their children, teachers are able to apply the strategies immediately. You just did it. Immediately. Not only while that teaching artist is with the teacher, but also with every subsequent group of children that teacher meets, which means that now this arts integration process is a part of your practice. And that's the focus there, to make that arts integration as a part of the practice that is accessible to you, that you can facilitate learning for your children. Teachers are essential. I just said to the people at the table, I praise teachers night and day, every day. I have to. Teachers are incredible, and they are essential in providing a solid foundation and the love of learning for our children. Teachers must receive professional development. They must receive the professional development so that they can increase their capacity to reach all children effectively. The National Academy of Sciences notes that professional development of teachers is directly correlated with the quality of early childhood programs, and that program quality predicts developmental outcomes for children. For Wolf Trap, we pair intensive professional development for the educators with direct instructional engagement for the children. And the goal is to positively impact the teacher's preparedness as well as the student's achievement through arts integration learning methods. This is accomplished for us, somebody talked about it earlier, and Jennifer did too, in our classroom residency, where a teaching artist partners with an educator to plan and implement lessons to ensure that the children's first learning experiences are active, engaging, effective, and compelling. Each residency, each Wolf Trap residency is customized for that particular classroom of children, for the particular teacher, addressing the specific curricular goals that that teacher has while the teaching artist is in the classroom. The classroom, the in-classroom residency, is an incubator for the teachers to see the experiences, to practice them, as well as to understand that arts integration with their children, because the teaching artist is going to first model, then the teaching artist is going to pass it on to the teacher, then coach the teacher, and they have that plan, that time of working together in partnership with the children so the teachers can see their success. That's what professional development is all about. Because the Wolf Trap model aligns with national and state education standards, it is adaptable. Thus, we can support across various education curriculums as well as school districts. And that is really important for how we approach the work. Wolf Trap teaching artists are the ones who make it happen for us. Our teaching artists are in the field working to conduct these arts integrated professional development opportunities for teachers in their classrooms through professional development workshops, through institutes, and they provide that instruction. And our Wolf Trap teaching artists are professional performing artists. They've come to Wolf Trap with a background in education. However, with Wolf Trap, they go through an intensive training to understand developmentally appropriate practice in early childhood education and in arts education. And then they continue to receive professional development training with Wolf Trap so that they continue to be on the cusp of what the learning is all about in your classrooms. They do not claim to be the classroom teachers. You're the specialists there. That's why that partnership is so critical, because you bring that education specialization and they bring that arts integration specialization. And in that partnership, that's where it happens. So today, I'm really excited and delighted to have one of my colleagues. Some of you experienced them earlier. My colleague here is Valerie Branch. She's a Maryland Wolf Trap teaching artist, and she is here with her partner, her Baltimore City Public School teachers partner, Miss Caitlin Fink. And they're going to demonstrate with you an arts integrated experience that aligns with the Maryland College and Career Ready standards and the Common Core standards for early childhood. So here's Valerie and here's Kate.
So we are going to take you through an experience that we shared with Katie's students. This is about our fourth or fifth lesson experience with her students with the book we've been using, the Grouchy Ladybug. So we're going to ask you to put on your student hats, not your student behavior patterns necessarily, because we only have about 10 to 15 minutes, but your student hats, and go on this journey with us. Again, I am a dance teaching artist, and Katie and I have been working together in her pre-K class. Katie, do you want to talk a little bit about why we chose this book?
So, hi, I'm Katie. I have a very interesting mix of students this year. There's a lot of language growth in my classroom. Because of Valerie's residency in our classroom, I have a lot of ESOL students. So throughout the year, we've been really working on the vocabulary, not just the dance vocabulary, not just like the curriculum vocabulary, but vocabulary that really prepare our kids for kindergarten, which is our goal. And this is our last book that Valerie and I will work together with, so we really wanted to find a way to bring everything together and to let our kids explore all the vocabulary we worked on throughout the entire residency. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Grouchy Ladybug, there's a very angry ladybug, and they go through a series of animals, and they meet and they have discussions about whatever animals discuss. But if you look at the animals, they all have a variety of movement styles and sizes and body shapes. And what we really saw was an opportunity to bring in not just the language of our current thematic unit in pre-K, which is animals, but also the vocabulary that Valerie has brought into our classroom with her dance. So what we have done with our students is we brought them an opportunity where our students are creating their own choreographed dance based on the travels of the very Grouchy Ladybug. And it's been a really wonderful experience to see our little 4 and 5-year-old kids make up dances for an elephant praying mantis all on their own. So this has really been a unique experience for us to give our students really great leadership opportunities, and they've just excelled at it. So this was a fantastic book for our last lesson set together.
And you'll see us today, right now, go on a journey as it goes from teaching artist-led to where I'm giving Katie kind of some tools and types of movements that she can use or access, to teacher-led, to her leading, and to her students really watching and going to her for some choices, and then to child-directed, to the students really giving and sharing ideas and taking ownership. So here we go into the land of imagination. Rub your hands down low. And rub your hands up high. There you go. One more time. Rub your hands down low. And rub your hands up high. Now you are getting ready to put on your imagination creative thinking crown. So you can make your crown look any way you want to. So create your imagination thinking crown for yourself. Oh, very nice. I see a lot of different shapes with your hands. Very good. And now make sure that your crown is on very tight. And let your fingers drip down. Because we are getting ready to go in to explore the grouchy ladybug. Now we know in our book, The Grouchy Ladybug, that the grouchy ladybug is very, very, very upset because she does not want to share the aphids with the friendly ladybug. The friendly ladybug wants to share. She doesn't see what the problem is. But the grouchy ladybug wants those aphids all to herself. So who can show me with a quiet, who can tell me, with a quiet raised hand, how do you feel when someone is being very nice to you and someone wants to share with you? How do you feel? Anybody? Good. You feel good. Who else can give another answer? How do you feel when someone is nice to you and shares with you? Happy. Good. So right now, where you are, in your seat, I want you to take your hands up like this. Good. And release your fingers. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle your fingers. Good. And put your hands down. Good. So we went from making a shape with our bodies for happy, good, to creating movements with our bodies. Now right where you are in your seats, or you can stay in your middle level in your seats, or go to your high level or low level and create your own body shape that demonstrates happy. What could you do to show that you are happy with your body, right where you are? Excellent job. And hands down. Excellent job. Beautiful. I saw a lot of shapes. I see one shape there that's holding very good with thumbs up straight and straight arms. Excellent job. And now what about when somebody is being mean to you and they don't want to share? How do you feel? How do you feel? Sad, yeah? What kind of shape can you make with your body to show that you're sad? What could you do? Oh, I noticed that your head is down and your body is a little bit slumped over. What kind of shapes can you make with your body to show that you're sad? What could you do? Show me. Good. Excellent, excellent job. And nice. Normally I would say if you could get on by your side, that's what I was getting ready to say, but we're not saying it. All right, so now we are going to go in and think about the friendly ladybug. So I'm going to create one of our non-locomotor movements for friendly. So can you bring your hands by your heart like this? Good. And the friendly ladybug, we know that she wants to share. So can you bring your hands out to show that you're sharing? Good. So now we're going to start creating our dance. So here's one movement that we have for sharing. Can somebody tell me, if we put this in our dance, should we do this fast or should we do it slow? Slow, okay. And should we only do it, maybe one person can raise their hand and tell me, should we only do it once or should we do it twice or 3 times or 4 times? Who can pick a number 1 through 4 and tell us how many times we should do it? 3 times, 3 times slow. Okay, so bring your hands to your heart. Good, ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, 3. Very good. And now that grouchy ladybug, Miss Fink, can you give us a movement with your body that shows that you are a grouchy ladybug? Oh, tell me, what do you notice about Miss Fink's movement? Is it light or is it heavy and strong? Who can tell me?
Heavy and strong.
Heavy and strong, yeah, because she was very, very grouchy. And was she standing at a high level, at a medium level, or a low level? High, medium, or low? And a high level, good. So I'm going to invite you to stand up where you are. Good. And let's see if all together we can try on that movement for grouchy. Ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, freeze. Good. So now we have to decide how many times are we going to do that with our bodies. So we did our sharing 3 times. How many times should we stomp and swing our arms back and forth? Who can raise his right hand and tell us? Yes. 2 times. Ready? Here we go. And 1, 2. Good. Let's see if we can put our first movement together with our second movement. Now, before we put those 2 together, were we showing the friendly ladybug first or the grouchy ladybug first? The friendly, okay? Ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, and. Whoa, very good. I like the way that you remembered we were only doing the grouchy ladybug 2 times. Excellent, excellent job. Okay, and now we know in our book that grouchy ladybug meets so many different characters. She tries to go and fight with other animals. I know that you can't see this, but we're in a classroom with small setting. The praying mantis. So one of our characters that grouchy ladybug meets is a praying mantis. And we know that the praying mantis has long, long front legs. If you were a praying mantis, show me with your body. Oh, I see right over there, arms moving. How would and I see arms stretching. Show me how your arms and your legs would look if you were a praying mantis. Oh, very good. And breathe. Excellent, excellent job. So, we know that grouchy ladybug meets the praying mantis first. We know that the praying mantis, does the praying mantis walk around in a high level, medium level, or low level? A low level, right? But unless it's climbing on top of trees or leaves, right? But mostly it stays on a low level. So can you show me what it would look like if you were moving your long legs in a low level? Very, very good. Excellent, excellent job. And let's say that we will be a praying mantis for 4 counts. 4 counts, okay? Let's try that praying mantis one more time. Ready? Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. And right now we're just pretending that we're in a really low level. It's not going to make anybody get really low on the ground. All right. And now what about our sparrow? Who can tell me what level does a sparrow fly? In a high level, a medium level, or a low level? Yes. In a high level. And show me what you would look like if you were a sparrow flying around. Ooh, very good. I think I see a lot of wings. Oh, I see friends making different choices. I see one friend that has short wings, and I see many friends that have long wings. Ooh, I see one friend using just his fingers to fly his sparrow. Excellent, excellent job. And now, who can tell us how many counts should we be a sparrow for? Should we be a sparrow for 2 counts or 4 counts? 4 counts. Okay, ready? Here we go, and fly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and freeze. Okay, we're gonna add one more animal. Just keep in mind we're really, really speeding forward because we're to stay within our time limit. We're gonna add one more animal, and I think that we're gonna add the big, huge elephant. Big. That elephant, who can tell us does the elephant move around light and soft, or is it big and heavy? Big and heavy. So show me what your body looks like if you are walking around and you are a big, heavy elephant. Oh, I see one friend using hands and feet, really stomping heavy into the ground. I see some friends bringing out their elephant trunk. Look at all of these different great creative choices and breathe. Excellent job. So we have so many different animals. What was the first ladybug that we saw? The friendly ladybug. And then we saw the grouchy ladybug. And then the grouchy ladybug met which animal? The praying mantis. And then she met the sparrow. And finally she met the elephant. Very good. Okay, so now we are going to put all of those movements together. So I know you're ready because you're standing in neutral position with your feet together and your arms by your side. Good. Hands slowly coming to your heart. Here we go. And 1. And 2. Very good. And 3. Here we go. And 1. Here we go. And praying hands. 1, 2. 4, Sarah flying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big elephant. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. And nice and tall. We'll try it one more time. One more time. Without Miss B speaking, just by yourself. I know you're ready because you're standing up nice and tall. Ready? Here we go. See your heart. And introduction to what it looks like when Katie and I are working with her students. We've been working a lot with sequencing and also students giving and sharing ideas. Sometimes we'll also ask particular students to come up and share what that looks like, what those certain animals would look like, and they would get a chance to show us and to dance it for us and to explore what it feels like with music individually, and then we try it also as a group. Katie, did you want to share anything else before we?
Certainly. So, there's a lot to be said about engagement pieces when Miss Valerie is here, but it really makes a big deal for me as a teacher for my students to take the techniques and the concepts Ms. B has taught us and use them in my daily classroom. And since the start of our residency, I have a completely different classroom. I alluded to this a little bit in our presentation this morning, but my students have a self-confidence now. They're able to go up in front of their peers, maybe without any English language background, and not only present their ideas, but actually lead a class for an entire dance segment. Their oral language skills and their vocabulary skills have just, blown up, so to speak. They're just talking nonstop and using, not just talking about, what they did last night, but they're talking about tempo. I mean, what 4-year-olds are you that you're talking about tempo and your levels that you're in? But they use these techniques all the time. It's so fun to watch them speak to each other about, we're in your low level, we should be in our high level, and they're helping each other out. So these concepts have come into permeated every part of our day. And there's a lot of just kindergarten readiness skills that we forget about in the cloud of standards that we have been able to address. Confidence, leadership, just social skills in general, taking turns, respecting each other, having a student lead something, even just for a brief moment, and you repeating what that student has. That's giving respect to their peers and my classroom has really come around since Valerie's taught us these things. And you know, for the teachers out there, I know like we're probably thinking, oh, that's this standard, that's that standard, but everything we do is so embedded in a really rich and rigorous curriculum that it's such a fantastic way to help bring these really hard concepts for our young little learners, no matter what their background is, what their engagement is, what their behaviors are, is really, really, really a beautiful thing to see my kids be able to do these things now. And just last week we were doing, having the students do some leadership, and I had this like aha moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, my students are not just doing what we're telling them, they're actually applying these concepts that Ms. Gee and I have taught them all year long, and they're really showing us how much they've grown, and it's really just been a great experience working with Ms. Gee and having a little trap residency. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Kaden. Thank you, Val. So you can see that our approach, the Wolf Trap's Arts Integrative Learning, has been successfully applied in Ms. Katie's classroom, and it's applied in curriculums addressing all of those areas, as she said, literacy, you heard the math, you heard the actual numeracy, you heard that, she talked about the social emotional skills that were happening. We've been doing this, Wolf Trap has been doing this for more than 30 years. And it's been replicated across 30 states, and we have 16 affiliate sites across the country. And of course, Maryland Wolf Trap with Young Audiences, Arts for Learning, is one of the affiliate sites that does this work throughout the state in Maryland, as well as from our office in Virginia. So this work is available in your community. I want to talk about this a little bit more in terms of early childhood being. We all know that early childhood education is a national priority. We should know that because very recently there was the White House Summit on early childhood education. That was back in last December, where policymakers, school superintendents, corporate and community leaders, private philanthropic leaders, and others addressed the importance of quality early childhood education, along with announcing a collective investment of more than $1 billion in education and development for young children. There are many partners out here on the corporate front as well as in the education front. So there's much out here. There are many people who are saying that what we do, what you do, is very important to what's happening. Another national priority that President Obama and the U.S. Department of Education Secretary Arnie Duncan have identified also is increasing STEM literacy for students and improving the quality of math and science instruction in schools. Now, you heard a little bit about that earlier today from my colleague. STEM education, we believe and we feel that STEM education must start with our youngest learners so that they develop an interest and confidence in STEM. And when I say STEM, I'm again talking science, technology, engineering, and math. Research confirms that young children are able to learn STEM concepts as the brain is very receptive to learning math and logic at the ages of 1 to 4 years old. Also, research in early childhood mathematics has demonstrated a causal link between teacher professional development in mathematics and positive children's outcomes. STEM skills are deemed as necessary for developing productive citizens and skilled workers prepared for the 21st century workforce. In order for us to have that strong understanding of STEM, children need to start at early childhood, which is the foundation of all learning. Excuse me. During the last 5 years, Wolf Trap has made a concerted effort to support science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM education in early childhood through arts integration. So again, you've seen the skills there, but why STEM and why the arts are effective to teach STEM is because we realize that both STEM and 21st century skills are those skills are creativity, curiosity, collaboration, critical thinking, and these are the concepts that are really embedded through the performing arts disciplines. By ensuring that children's first STEM experiences are effective and compelling, the arts can foster children's excitement and they can cultivate their natural curiosity about STEM subjects. We experienced earlier that music is full of math. Other areas of math that you see in music are high and low, as in when you sing at a high level or you sing at a low level, that's pitch. Fast and slow, that's tempo. Loud and quiet, that's dynamic. These are also comparisons in math. In dance, we experience patterns. We know that patterns are the foundation for algebra. In drama, you have problem solving and resolution. Every story has that, problem solving and resolution. Actually, that problem solving process that you experience in drama is also the basis for engineering concepts, the process of engineering. Using the arts to teach STEM concepts not only builds vital skills, but it also inspires young children to have a lifelong love of STEM. Too often we can go into classrooms or an environment, and by the time that they start in middle school or high school, they no longer have an affinity for the STEM areas. But let's say if you have a child who's feeling very confident about building a pattern or dancing out a sequence or understanding how to give the numeric value at 4 and 5 year olds, they're going to be really engaged when they hit the first and second grades because they're not in any way intimidated. They feel very confident about that which they already know. In 2010, the U.S. Department of Education Arts and Education Program awarded Wolf Trap a 4-year grant to research and disseminate our early childhood STEM learning through the arts program. We call it Early STEM Arts. And the program did focus specifically on math. You heard about this earlier. The study was conducted by American Institutes for Research, one of the most esteemed third-party social science research and evaluation firms. The study was independent, randomized, controlled, and spanned 4 years. In short, it met the gold standard for research design. The research indicated that Wolf Trap's early childhood programs are measurably impacting student achievement. The children participating in Wolf Trap programs showed significant advances in math achievement as compared to their peers. And what we learned is that the average child, as the screen shows, the average child in the classroom, their scores were 8 percentile higher using the Wolf Trap Arts Integrated Method than their peers who did not have the Arts Integrated Method. The study also showed that in terms of professional development, that there were notably 6 features of professional development that were integrated in the Wolf Trap model. And the researchers said this about the study: the effects found in this study are non-trivial, notable, and larger than the effects found in many impact studies of education intervention. As the program requires, as the U.S. Department of Education requires, Wolf Trap has been disseminating this early STEM arts model and the research results over those 30 states that I mentioned, as well as all of our 16 affiliate sites across the country who are now in the position to provide early STEM arts along with the other types of arts integrated instruction in their residency programs. Wolf Trap is continuing to inform the broader community on early STEM arts through webinars, online resources, and presentations at professional development conferences like this one, and in the early childhood and arts education fields. So, and when you learned earlier about all of the resources from this very same study, as well as other information that can be found on our education.wolftrap.org site, which I hope everybody in this room will join on, because it is a free access for you all, and it's a place where you can get many of the lessons that you see what we shared today. However, know that arts integration is an effective way of learning for young children. So whether you have other partners, education partners, arts partners who can help to bring this into your classrooms, we hope that you would do that. We'd like to express our sincere appreciation to Ready at 5 for allowing Wolf Trap to be a part of this symposium. And we hope that all of you here will benefit from what you've heard today, what you've seen today, what you've experienced today, and that you as the professionals in education, are the ones who can connect with us so that we can help together to bring the arts as a strategic way of instruction and learning in early childhood classrooms. I hope that you endorse the program, you invest in the program, and you're implementing arts in your classrooms. Thank you so much.